Hey guys, this is Eric, the OBXPicker, out here, Whatcha Pickin. New episode. We're gonna be taking a look out here. We're in rural North Carolina, out here at one of my buddies, Marty the Junk Man. All right, guys, so we are out here today with Marty the Junk Man out here in rural North Carolina, and we're just checking in with Marty. He's been picking for a while. So Marty, what got you started in picking?
Well, when I was a little boy, I used to go squirrel hunting all the time, and I'd find the junk piles in the woods, and I'd end up laying my shotgun down and digging bottles and junk out of the woods, and I just had a love of finding things and bringing them out of the woods and out of old barns and bringing them out where people can enjoy them. And it's just stuck with me ever since I was a kid, and they call me the junk man, and one man's junk's another man's treasure, and that's how I make my living.
There you go. So Marty, what kind of ways do you pick? Like estate sales, garage sales? Like what do you got that you like?
Well, what we do, we buy a lot of estates. We'll buy out the entire contents of estates, the barns, the houses, the attics, and we do a lot of clean outs. And some of the avenues, we do 2 or 3 auctions a month, and we get rid of a lot of stuff through our auctions. People hire us to do estate sales, where we sell right at their property and sell. We do buyouts. We go on picks where we buy just certain items. We love the big, long yard sales and things of that nature. And just any kind of way we can accumulate. We get a lot of calls to go to people's houses. People know what we do, and they call us and just buy it any kind of way we can.
So maybe like what's one of your things that you're into? Like if there's one thing that you're looking for to pick, like what is that?
Well, of course, everybody loves the stuff that's hot and that's making the most money, and I've always loved the advertisement. I buy a lot of signs, a lot of clocks and thermometers with advertisement. I love the old boxes with advertisements. They do really well for us. We do 2 big advertisement auctions a year. That's probably a couple of our biggest auctions we have. So that's probably my favorite. But I also like primitive stuff. I love the primitive furniture. Some of the best pieces we found is like primitive corner cabinets and things of that nature will really bring some big bucks. But anything, it don't matter as long as I can flip it, make $1, and keep going to the next thing. I'm into anything.
That's it. You know, for us, I've had the opportunity to look out here at your place, and guys, if you kind of get a little peek around, Marty, obviously you got one of the coolest picking sheds around, and
yeah.
I understand this is family. It's been around for a little while.
This building here was built in 1920, and it's an old country store. And when I bought this property, it was still set up like a country store. And of course, I cleaned it out, and I've turned it into one of my many buildings that I store stuff in, and I also use that to do my woodworking in. Of course, we have barns and buildings all over, and I think we're gonna ride out to in a little bit to my auction house and see my warehouse out that way. But yeah, I love my country store. I always wanted to own a country store, and it worked out where the Lord provided me with one, and I enjoy it, and it's many a good conversation in there.
That's awesome. Also be going over to the auction house and looking at what they got going on. They actually have an auction tonight.
Yeah.
And we're going to be tagging in their business out. If you're coming out in Eastern North Carolina, make your way out to these guys' auction. I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
Yes, you'll have a good time.
And I'm gonna put their location and everything right up here in this corner, and we will send some people their way and look forward to seeing what else we find.
Come see the junk man.
All right, guys, so we're out here in Jamesville, North Carolina. As you can see the building behind me, we are right on the highway, guys, so I'm sure there'll be some traffic noise coming in. This is the warehouse slash auction house for the junk man, Marty. So we're out here fixing to go take a tour of this place, kind of give you an inside look at what he does. And all right, guys, so we're back with Marty here at the
junk man.
the junk man here at his auction house. As you can see, there's a schedule behind me right here of upcoming sales. So like I said, if you are out here in Janesville, North Carolina area, I mean, I don't care if you got to drive from the other part of the state or Virginia or South Carolina. We're gonna take a peek around at what he's got in here. But so Marty, what got you into doing these auctions?
Well, I tell you, this building that we're in right now, it's a 60 by 40 warehouse style metal building. And we started off, my wife Connie and I, doing retail. We started off as an antique slash thrift store, whatever you want to call it. And we did that for 12 years, and it was very, very successful. We were right on the highway, we had good traffic, and loved doing the thrift store, loved interacting with the people. But we got into the auctions with my buddy Ray Stocks, who's one of the best auctioneers in the state and one of the best pickers you'll ever meet. Me and him do a lot together. My wife's mother got older and needed more time. My wife needed more time, so we got out of the retail end of it and got more into the auctions and doing the estate sales, and we have thoroughly enjoyed it. It's probably been one of the best decisions I've made, but I do miss my retail end of it. That was a lot of fun also.
Yeah, I can attest, guys. Honestly, when I first met Marty, he had just closed his retail shop, and I came in here actually because he used to have a ton of signage on the building outside. You guys saw the shots of that. And so I stopped in just to see what they had going on. He was hanging out in here with some friends of his. I actually met Ray that day, and I was introduced to what they do, that they do the estate sales, that they do the auctions. And man, he always has the coolest stuff in here. So we're going to take a look around here in a minute, but one of the other things, like what would you say is probably one of the best items you've ever seen come through here?
Oh my Lord.
I know that's hard to pick because there's a lot.
I wouldn't even know where to begin, because you know the best is everybody's opinion.
Relative, yeah.
It don't necessarily mean what I've sold for the most money.
Right.
Some people, everybody has their own opinion of what the best is. Some of the higher end items I have found, of course, some of these primitive corner cabinets that float around eastern North Carolina, you know, they can sell into thousands. I have been fortunate enough to find some really high-end railroad stuff that sold into thousands. Of course, we found some jewelry in the thousands and things of that nature. But you know, some people like just we got a good friend, Eric and I together, that loves the cap guns. You know, and to him, you show him a $20 cap gun, he'd rather see that than a $10,000 corner cabinet. So I like to think every item's important because everybody has their own taste and everybody has their own money they can spend, and we try to accommodate the $5 bidders right on up to people that might want to spend $10,000 on something. So we don't bypass anything. It all has value and it all has importance, and it's all part of our history. And I love bringing it out where people can get it and enjoy it.
That's it. So for you personally, like what is one of those items that you found that you were just like, wow, that's cool?
I think my favorite thing that I have found was in a guy's attic. I'm from Janesville, North Carolina, and we used to have a train that ran from Janesville to the Dismal Swamp. And it was real famous back in the turn of the century, right on up to the 1930s. They called it the Diamond City area, where they sent loggers and brought logs in and out of the woods. And I actually got the light off the train, just like you see on the old steam engines and all. And to me, that's probably my favorite thing that I found. And as far as I know, it's in the Rocky Mount Train Museum right now. The guy come bought it from me, and I was glad to sell it to him because I know he'll appreciate it. And a lot of people can go up there and look at it and enjoy it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it is cool to see. I mean, I know just looking around in here even now, and guys, we are going to take a quick glance. This auction is going to happen before this video comes out, so you guys won't be able to see most of this stuff. It'll be in someone's collection or out there somewhere as a gift or whatever it may end up as. But man, there's some cool stuff here. I know, like he said, that he does a semi-annual advertising sale, and I'm going to show you some pictures of that. If there's items you're interested in that are advertising, like I said, I will put some contact information where you can get up with these guys, see when they're doing their advertising auctions.
We actually have 2 places we auction at. Of course, my friend Ray Stocks, who I do
future video coming, interviews
a lot
with
of
Ray.
My picking buddy. Most time, if one of us is picking, we're together.
Right.
It's rare for us even not to be together today. But I'm carrying Eric on a good pick in a minute. I hope y'all see some of that. But every auction's different. I mean, what you see in here today, whatever Eric shows you, as soon as this auction's over tonight, we'll immediately start setting it up. Every auction has its own personality.
Right.
And it reflects on what we find at that given time, because you never know what you're going to find. And our auctions reflect the guesswork in it, you know. But
that's it.
This particular auction, we have a lot of reloading equipment. We have some really good Ducks Unlimited stuff.
Hey guys, I'm gonna flip it around real quick and let you guys kind of see what's going on.
A lot of really good stuff. The place I'm getting right to carry Eric right now in a few minutes. Actually, I just acquired, and I don't do a lot with storage units, but I actually just acquired 16 units at one time. And this prize here was in there. It's a country store cheese cutter. Now this cheese cutter is from like the turn of the century, 1903. It's actually dated, porcelain. This is a gem. This is probably one of the higher end models that they had. If you ran a big time store, this would have been in there. The case is a 1970 reproduction, very well made, but the cheese cutter is fully original. Probably one of the favorite things I found in the last few weeks. We've already had a ton of interest in it. It'll probably be the highlight of the auction tonight. Of course, Eastern North Carolina, we always got good decoys. Some of the best decoys you'll ever find, we get our hands on them. I love the pottery. We got a running joke here at our auction house. We find more blow molds than anybody else, and these things have really gotten popular.
That is no joke.
We have got some serious collectors. I remember when I was a kid, everybody had them, but they have really fell into the collecting world now. And the whole Thanksgiving set, which is rare to find the whole set. And if you notice, we even have a lot of the African American blow molds, which are harder to find, and we're glad to have them tonight. We love the old toys. Of course, if you look, we got showcases full. And Eric, I just want to point out, I love wrought iron. This is one of my favorite items to sell, is anything wrought iron. Got some good architectural pieces here tonight for the auction. They probably weigh 70 pounds a piece, but very nice wrought iron pieces here tonight, and good chairs. But let me show you something that me and Ray just found. These cars, I mean, you see them a lot. We love to buy bulk collection.
Oh, those are cool.
One of our favorite ways to buy is huge collection. We just bought over 2,000 of these cars.
Whoa.
So, you know, when you have opportunity to buy bulk,
right,
a lot of times you can make your best deals in bulk. And we enjoy bulk buys, and we can sell them cheaper when you buy bulk. And I think it helps our customers, but we're going to be selling a lot of these type cars the next several auctions.
Yeah, we're going to be taking a look at those myself.
Yes, and I mean, and you see the variety. I mean, who has clothes? But sometimes you just find some clothes that's so unusual and so retro that you just got to offer them out to people. And so we're putting some of these out. I always have some good depression glass.
And these are like uranium here, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, we love that. Eastern North Carolina quilts, they're famous all over the world. Mm-hmm. We have some of the best quilt makers from the 1800s right on up to today. We always offer some quilts. We love our vintage fishing. But look at this, Eric.
Is this Ducks Unlimited?
This is a lady that her husband was he was big into Ducks Unlimited. He was actually one of the people that set up the events and all, and we have a huge collection. This is just a small part of signed prints of Ducks Unlimited prints, cool. And we're going to be offering some of them tonight. Some of his personal duck calls, some really good high-end
That's pretty amazing.
duck calls. They're going to be offered. Good antique fishing net here tonight. We love our vintage fishing lures. But here's a wide showing our variety. We're going to have some
reload and stuff like crazy.
Big stock of reloading. We got the lid shot. We got the powder. We got it all. We're going to be offering tonight. Let me, here's some of our advertisements.
Guys, I'm going to show you too up on the wall here. Like, he's got all kinds of stuff throughout the shop.
And we love advertisement, and it probably does as good for us as anything that we sell.
Yeah, he's got some cool stuff over here. Like, I actually used to work for the bread company that sells Bunny. And so I remember some of that stuff. I actually worked for Franklin Baking Company back in the day. So Goldsboro. Yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff.
And my buddy Ray, he loves the glass.
He's a glass man, yeah.
He's probably, honestly, and I'm not just saying this, he's probably one of the best experts on glassware. I would put him against anybody in the nation. And he loves Fenton. And we always have a huge collection of Fenton at our auctions. And this is some of the Fenton that'll be offered tonight at the auction. We have a lot of people that travel a long ways to buy just Fenton from us. And you can see we already got some set up for the next auction that'll be coming up as soon as we sell this. If you don't make this auction, you can come and buy some of that Fenton.
Yeah, I've actually learned a little bit about this from one of my buddies, Tim, and then Ray as well. So you got the Fenton hobnail.
Yeah, hobnail.
There's little bumps are on it.
Yeah, it's all different kinds.
Cool.
And let me show you something that I think is cool. Earlier in the interview, we showed you my country store. This is actually the sign off my country store.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, the wind finally took it down. And we're actually going to offer it up for auction in one of our auctions coming up.
And this is a piece I'd seen a while back that you guys were sharing with me.
Oh, yeah.
That railroad lantern, guys, you just don't see them with all the glass intact. Actually, Ray showed me this last time I was over here, and it's awesome.
That's a good piece. Guys, I'm going to walk Eric back here. This is kind of just what we call our staging area.
Behind the scenes look here, guys.
Just some of the stuff for upcoming auctions. So enter in at your own risk. This is really junky. You can see some of the
As a fellow picker, I know what it's like to have inventory everywhere.
And you can see here's some of the cars I was telling you about.
That is just awesome.
A few of them. Of course, we got stuff just stored everywhere. And future blow molds back here, Eric. We have blow molds that's going to be coming up at the next several auctions.
Guys, some of you that are car guys, you definitely need to take a look.
And something we also do a lot with, Eric's gotten really popular, is vintage tags and vintage town tags. And things of that nature. You see we have a lot of railroad liners coming up.
Those are cool.
Yeah, a lot of good toys. A lot of things of that nature.
Cast iron.
Let me show you a really unique sign.
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites.
This sign here is from Wilmington, North Carolina. It was the most iconic place when I was growing up in Martin County. It was the RC restaurant. And when that place went out of business, everybody wondered what happened to the sign. And one day me and Ray was on a pick in a warehouse in Wilmington, and we uncovered this sign, and we were so thrilled to get it and bring it back out into the light, because it was such a famous sign lit up in downtown Wilmington. And we're glad to have it, and it's going to be offered up for sale real soon.
And I know that one of the things that I saw on it is there's somewhere on this thing where it said the price of hamburgers.
Yeah,
back
it's
then.
down at the corner. The hamburgers were 30 cents.
Yeah.
And the drinks were 15 cents, and that's on the sign.
Oh, that we could go back to those days.
Yeah.
30-cent hamburger.
I would probably eat 1,000 hamburgers.
It'd probably be a little bigger than what.
Yeah. But it gives you kind of an idea of what we got coming up. and you see, we're ready for one auction right after the next.
Yeah, you guys look like you're stocked up for
Beautiful pieces of lusterware.
sure. There you go, Tim. Well, man, I appreciate your time in here.
Yeah. And guys, one of the things I told Eric I love is the primitive stuff. And Ray and I was on a pick in a house that was standing during the Civil War in Plymouth. And we actually got some really good pieces of furniture. This is probably one of my favorite tables I found. It's early 1840s, 1850s. This is the kind of stuff I really enjoy finding, the primitive furniture.
That's awesome.
And let me point out behind it, I played ball in Janesville High School, and I was able to save this when the high school closed. And I have kneeled down right in front of this when I was a teenager, so you know this is old. And we were able to bring it to life, bring it back to the auction house. And our ladies that do the money and the concession stand, they use this as their desk. So
that's awesome.
That's the kind of stuff that when you're picking, you can find something that means something to you sometimes. And you ain't got to sell it, you can use it and enjoy it. And that's what we did with this piece.
That's awesome. Like I said, we're going to be putting that out. I am going to get some footage of us out picking as well. We're going to mash all this thing up, and I will make sure that you get all the contact information.
I'll say this. I appreciate you, Eric, and I've enjoyed being friends with you. Can't wait. Me and Eric's actually getting right to go out and get dirty.
Yeah, that's it.
And, you know, being a picker, I believe in being all in. I've been snake bit twice. I've been black widow bit on the face one time.
Jeez.
I've had squirrel jump on my head, raccoons run through my legs, but I believe in getting in the back of the barn, up in the rafters, and finding that gold. And you're not going to get it sitting on the couch. It's out there, guys. Go out and have some fun. Be safe. Enjoy yourself. And remember, it ain't the value of what you find. It's what it means to you.
Yeah.
And bring some of this stuff back to life and enjoy picking.
No doubt. So we thank you for watching Whatcha Pickin. Once again, Marty the Junk Man, we appreciate his time, appreciate being out here and getting to see what he has going on. You guys have seen some footage of him picking. You've seen some footage of the stuff that he has out at his country store, and you've seen the auction house. So, man, hopefully it inspires you to get out there and do a little picking yourself. So, Whatcha Pickin? We will catch you next time.